was he wanted to rape Celie's sister.
Right.
Okay, and this was, what bothered me about that was the careful packaging, the careful way they packaged this and made it for family consumption. So everybody can now go see the evil black man.
Right.
Okay, abuse Precious, smack her in the face, threaten her, call her out of her name. Saying in that famous line, "You ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing." All these movies have that line. Whether Waiting to Exhale, Color Purple, Precious, Brewster plays all of them. You ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing. So you look all those movies under that theme. What are they trying to tell you? What are they trying to say?
Why is that it seems that some of these movies that have come out that have received such acclaim, such as The Color Purple, which had hidden messages in it, and the movie itself, Precious, as people are saying that this is just it's a story that needed to be told. Yes, it's a story that needs to be told, but why is it that these types of movies are the only ones that seem to get widespread acclaim throughout all lines?
Well, first of all, understand the big lie. The story needs to be told. No, that story does not need to be told. Okay, like I say, you have to look at the root of it. Who's making these decisions over and over again? There's nothing about Precious that black people need to see. Precious movies like Precious kind of like hardcore rap now. Now there's nothing about the B word or the N word that kids need to hear on top 40 music. But yet and still, that's what's going on. And these movies, these types of songs went on because they were diffused to stop the power song.
Right.
Back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, the cop killer songs, whatever. They'll say, okay, nope, make sure these kids are only going to rap about their little neighborhood feuds, their neighborhood beefs. Precious is just a movie about neighborhood beef, in-family beefs. Okay, mother, daughter, troublesome father only shows up to rape the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Despicable, disgusting stuff that they're putting in the forefront. So, it's a tragedy.
And he ends up with HIV. And dies from AIDS, and she becomes HIV positive.
Yeah.
What's the message behind that?
Well, yeah, I think they've always tried to put HIV and AIDS on blacks anyway.
Right.
And the truth about HIV and AIDS is, after years of study into it myself and looking into it, it seems to be a man-made, government-made virus, number one. Number two, blacks did not originate it. It didn't come from Africa. It didn't come from African monkeys or anything. It was made to destroy blacks. It seems like gay people were the guinea pigs initially because those were the first persons you heard about from about 1979 or whatever up into the early 80s who were dying from it. Then it started affecting blacks.
Right.
And sooner or later, here's the thing. When it comes to AIDS, black females, a few years ago we learned that black females were counted as the highest population receiving AIDS, okay? But at the same time they started blaming it on a so-called black down low, the prevalence of a black down low. In other words, we can't put a finger on it, we can't put a number on it. There's a lot of you guys out there, probably mostly coming from the prisons, and you're gay, and you're keeping it a secret, and you're bringing it into the community. If that's the case, how come black females are the highest percentage? Okay, something's going on. There's not consistent. There's no consistency to that. There's a great discrepancy.
Pharmaceutical pandemic. That's what my good friend Katie Obiawadu wrote a book on the AIDS hoax.
Yeah.
And explained how the mental attitude of the disease was created around the pharmaceutical companies and their treating of more than 30 different diseases associated with this so-called AIDS, HIV.
Yeah, and now you look at it, and I can go along with that. I can believe that because number one, you have to create the monster,
right?
In order first, and then you make the money,
right?
Okay, so say for example, I'm looking at, if you look at your commercials today, just give you an example, all these new medicines are coming out. Now, medicines, erectile dysfunction or depression, whatever.
Right.
And they say this such and such medicine treats, if you feel depressed, take this. Then they give you a whole list of warnings.
Yeah, side effects.
Yeah, warning. If you feel like committing suicide,
right,
see your doctor. It might be too late then.
Absolutely.
You know, if you feel like carrying a bomb or something, you know, see your doctor. You know, they'll give you about 10 side effects that this so-called medicine is supposed to have. You have to say, well, is it worth it being? I think I'll be depressed a little bit longer. Okay?
Right. What's going to be the side effect? Yeah. Well, we're about out of time here on this take of the network. We'll be back here next week. I'm Pat Freeman and my good friend Chris Stevenson. Put your blog spot out there, buddy.
Yes, sir. www.buffalobullet.blogspot.com.
And we'll see you next week on our next take from the network.